Aquis Exchange listed TruSpine Technologies, Epic code TSP, is both owner and developer of three uniquely disruptive technologies to revolutionize the spinal stabilization market. These pioneering spinal devices, namely Cervi-LOK for the cervical and upper thoracic spine, grasp laminoplasty, a treatment for decompression of the spinal cord, and faci-lok for the lumbar and lower thoracic spine, are at various stages of development. I'm joined today by Chief Executive Laurence Strauss to discuss some key upcoming developments for the company. Laurence, hello, how are you today?
I'm well, thanks, Alan. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. Very good indeed.
Good.
So, Laurence, we were talking beforehand. One of the great things about TruSpine is that anyone suffering from back problems can go to the website, view the spinal devices page, and instantly understand the nature of the device technology. Now, on August 1st, you announced you'd submitted a 510K submission to the US FDA for approval of the Cervi-LOK spinal stabilization system, which I've just brought a slide up for, which you said was a major milestone for the company. Understand the approval process will take 3 months. If this is received, what will this mean for TruSpine?
Well, it'll be transformative for the company. I ought to point out 3 months is their minimum period.
Yeah.
We don't expect to have major problems getting through the FDA. We did a pre-submission with them, so we know exactly what they're looking for from us. But obviously, once we get FDA approval, clearance, it's a major milestone for the company. It enables us to start thinking about sales.
Of course. And I understand you've got a trip lined up to the USA at some point to have meetings in that regard.
I have, Alan. I'm hoping to go to the States next week if all goes well and everything gets arranged. I'm out there for various reasons, one of which is to deal with the IP registration, because we finally appointed new IP lawyers who are currently trying to register our title to the IP, which was never registered by the previous IP lawyers, even though they said they would. And the other thing that I'm doing over there is I'm going to meet with Spartan Medical. The company's already entered previously into a sales agreement with them. I'm not sure of the validity of that agreement anymore. Spartan themselves have questioned it. However, I've had good conversations with the guys at Spartans, and I expect to be able to come back with an agreement for a new sales agreement, hopefully improved on the last one.
Excellent. Okay, so this is great. Of course, Cervi-LOK is the primary product in focus at the moment. Assuming the FDA do give approval and you get that over the line, do you plan to submit applications to the FDA for grasp laminoplasty and faci-lok?
Yes, as soon as we've actually got monetization underway and we've got some cash flow, we'll be looking to immediately push through the grasp and laminoplasty products. On a lot of it, we've already done various testing and inspecting on it. So we've got a lot of test results already. We don't expect the process for those FDA applications to take nearly as long as the Cervi-LOK. We've also got the experience of having one application under our belt. So we would expect to enter both applications during the course of next year, probably one in the first half and one in the second half. And we'd hope to be going into production and sales on both products during the course of next year.
Excellent. Okay, well, we look forward to those announcements as and when they come. So, Laurence, you were appointed Chief Executive in April. There are now signs of recovery in the TruSpine share price after a difficult period for the company.
Yeah, finally, people are starting to see that it's moving in the right direction. I think getting into the FDA was important for the company itself. I think that getting the title on the IP will be important because that'll once and for all put to bed a lot of the arguments surrounding the company's ownership of the IP. You know, and people can just see that we're finally moving in the right direction, that the management is wanting to go the right way and produce the right results for shareholders. I think I said to you last time, Alan, I was parachuted in here to find shareholder value, and that's what I'm doing.
Of course. And I mean, following off of that, of course, at the general meeting called in May, shareholders voted to retain you along with the rest of the board. So you do now have that mandate to build the company and realize the vision in bringing these revolutionary products to market. We spoke about investor interest before we came on air here. What can you tell us about the funding position at present?
Well, the company isn't in the strongest funding position. It hasn't been in a strong funding position basically since it floated. I'm hoping that during the course of the next 6 to 8 weeks that I will actually fully resolve the funding issues that the company has. I expect to bring on board investors who will make sizable investments in the company at rising share prices above the current market price, and it should secure the company's future.
Excellent. So of course, we've spoken about the various milestones. We've covered some of these milestones in this interview. Can you summarize what you hope to achieve for the company in the next few months?
Yeah, I mean, my targets ahead of me are the sales agreement with Spartan, the title of the IP, and the funding. And I do expect to have all of those resolved end of October. I'd be surprised if any of those are still outstanding after the end of October. And of course, once we get to the end of October, we'll be pushing hard with the FDA to see when and where we're going to get our clearance. So hopefully November, we could be starting to talk about monetization for the company.
It's a really exciting development there, and
massively exciting.
That would, of course, be transformational. If you're at that point and you're generating sales revenues, then we'll be looking at a completely different picture altogether. Laurence, it's been great talking to you again. Just to say, Laurence, all the best for your trip to the USA, and many thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you for your time, and it's been a pleasure to see you.